it's pleasure.
Sorry, like that.
Theoretically, I'm pulling it up. All right, you should be good.
Hello. How are you today?
That doesn't seem to be on.
What?
Caleb's like.
It's on. It's registering. Oh, I turned it on now. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I mean, it's coming up.
Hello. Alicia, can you? Is that not on?
No.
It's weird. It's coming through.
It's being picked up by other microphones, but you can try. All right, Caleb, now.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. The other mics are working great.
Yeah, you need to turn it down. All right, you can launch into it.
Hello. Oh my gosh, how bad is it still? Sorry everyone who's joining us. I'm trying to get everything situated. We're in a new office. So, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
All right, well, launch into your.
Sure.
Go ahead. Launch
Yeah.
into your recap.
Okay. So, in the Holy Hops Tavern, there's a band of adventurers. They are a motley crew who tend to murder hobo through a lot of problems. However, they've recently been approached by this goblin named Agara, who has noticed a rise in illegal activity in the barrows. This one notable halfling has somehow gained the ability to assassinate and murder people at a distance without needing to be anywhere in the proximity. The band of adventurers went to a shack which the halfling regularly visits, and they found a secret realm hidden within this shack. While in there, they found this group of water folk, these Ganassi. They live in harmony with their world that they are filling. The adventurers made friends with these merfolk and learned that the halfling has also been visiting them and has visited the... You like the cool banner thing?
We have the same shirts.
Oh, that's cool. They're twinsies. They learned that this Badru, this halfling, has visited the region and is probably using the Gudzu tree, a tree which the Ganassi warns that whoever's name is written on the tree is killed by the Gudzu.
It's Death Note.
It's Death Note. After coming to this revelation, they agreed as a group that they wanted to destroy this tree, I believe, is what they agreed on. But they are currently in the Ganassi village. They learned about prawn folk that live around the lake and the tree itself. And they're going to discuss what they're planning on doing with said tree and how to fix this problem. Now, Alicia. Alicia, the one on the far left,
B.
is playing who?
I'm playing Senpai, a half-orc, half-elf ranger for the moment, who has an attack chicken named Hey Hey, who is far more important than Senpai.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to her right is
That
John.
would be my left.
Or her left.
To her right on the screen.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
We probably should have zoomed in on you and Meg.
It's next week. Like I said, we're in a new office. We're still trying to deal. But John, who are you playing?
I am playing Grigor, who is a high elf and pretty much just a chaotic murder monkey. That's about it.
Yep. And sitting next to me is Meg, who is playing Thistle.
Thistle is a barbarian pixie. She's kind of a honey badger, demonic little thing. She's not really demonic, but, she acts that way.
Sure. And Alicia, before I forget and we get the session started, did you happen to write down the names of the people I told you were on the list?
That's a good question.
And who right now has an inspiration token?
I do.
I'm pretty sure I do.
I think we all do.
All right, well,
All right.
here's yours, here's
Thank you.
yours,
Thank you.
and Alicia, here is yours. Since we can actually keep track of that now.
Sure can.
I just have that Igtaka is crossed out.
Iktaka. Thank you.
It's always good to have 2 sets of dice in case one of them's rolling like shit.
Yeah, that would be wise given
I like
your dice history.
Yes.
And like I said, this is a new setup, so if one of us is not loud enough or if something weird happens, just let us know in the chat and we may fix it.
We'll
But
try
yeah.
our best.
All right. That looked
Great. We look good.
That looks amazing.
I can't see it, but I bet it looks great.
It looks
I'm a
great.
wizard.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, lovely.
You broke it.
There you go.
There you go. All right, I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Chat's up there.
My chat's there's also a chat here if anybody else wants to.
Sure.
I mean, you can't see it.
I know.
John, if John wants to look at the chat.
Got it.
So you guys are currently in the Ganassi village. They're these lovely aquatic folk with seaweed hair. The crystalline sky above you in this weird demi-realm. And you've just learned that someone's using a tree to murder people. What do you do?
Kill the tree.
Didn't we?
Wait, we were going to.
we had established a plan last time. I
Yeah.
thought. Weren't we gonna stake out the tree and wait for what's his face to come back?
Yeah, we were going to stake out the tree. We were going to take him out, and then someone else in the chat suggested that we take out the tree.
Didn't we have
But-
to figure out how to gain where was the tree growing? Wasn't it in water?
It's on an island guarded by prawn folk.
And so the last we talked about was there someone that we could talk to that could tell us more about those folk so we could learn their good favor
Shrimp people.
and all that stuff?
And they said they didn't know.
Correct.
Because the prawn folk don't speak the same language.
What language do they speak?
We don't know.
Not their language.
Okay, so I vote we go try and talk to the pond people because their language is aquatic, right? That's why we couldn't talk to them and they sounded like the mermaid and there's only the one guy that speaks
Yes,
common.
the Ganassi, they spoke Aquan, and only a handful of them speak Common, and a few of them spoke Fey.
So the pond people do not speak Aquan.
Correct.
Okay, so I feel like we should go figure out what language they speak and if we can talk to them.
I think so too. John, can you just say something real fast?
Hello.
Okay, so John and Caleb might be a little louder than you and I, Meg. Just keep that in mind. Caleb, you're redlining, so you don't need to
Absolutely not.
I will do my
Hello.
best.
Hello. Is that working? Hello.
Yeah, you're
Hello.
working.
So, you make your way to the prawn folk, you said.
So yeah, let's head down.
Can we kill some of the prawn folk? Because I just want to yell "scampy bitch" when I kill them.
We'll get there.
All right.
But there's a river that runs north to south, relatively. You know that the lake to the south is where the prawn folk and this tree are, in this slushy lake. So if you guys are traveling southward, can you go ahead and give me a perception check?
1.
5. Oh. This is where we're going to need sheets again.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm using, like, I have no problem using iPads for that. Just
Well,
makes
that's
it easy.
That's why I pulled up this sheet, but I realized my iPad's, even with how long it charged, was only at 25%.
I mean, I've got a a battery pack if you need it on my desk.
Thank you.
yeah, we're in
My
person.
perception. So I got a 10 altogether.
You got a 10. You got a
1.
awesome.
7 altogether.
Wait, I should be adding. Is it wisdom? What is it again?
Yes, it's
Oh,
wisdom.
3. I got a 3.
Oh, that's
Thank
not
you.
better. So-
Mathematically, it's better. You know, it's better.
Yeah,
Mathematically.
I suppose.
That doesn't change our fate.
Exactly. It might not impact it very much, but it is better.
We do need to keep in mind that this table's a lot louder.
Yes, I will be bringing some dice trays with felt to deaden that a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
have one of those. I just need to bring it in.
John, can you
Someone
roll
remind
with
me
us?
before next
It's better.
Friday.
Yeah. I need to put something under this in the future.
Okay.
John, remind me to bring mine next Friday.
Indeed.
As you make your way southward, something that you all get distracted by, apparently, the crystalline nature of the flora and fauna of this area is striking and pervasive. Looking at the water as it flows, you can see the various seaweed kind of split off at very crystalline angles. You also see various dragonflies with very prismatic and fibrous wings as they gently glide, land, and fly off again. You actually slightly resemble one of them, but with more rounded wings,
Gotcha.
which is why you pulled off that deception check earlier.
Nice.
But as you're making your way along, you guys are completely oblivious to what you're walking into. And as you're getting closer and closer to the lake, the seaweed gets thicker and thicker and thicker until it's basically just a muggy carpet. And
Can I weave a basket?
you can certainly try.
I would, once we get to where we're going to stake out for the dude, I would like to pass the time by weaving a basket.
Right, we'll get there. But first, as you make your way closer to this edge, John, you probably step in a plot where you thought was solid ground, given how carpeted the seaweed is. But your foot just dives into this hole, and it gets really deep really quick. It's hard to see how deep the floor is, and so you kind of thought it was a puddle, and it was just deeper. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I have a quick housekeeping thing.
Sure.
We have long rested since the last time we were in battle, right?
No. Yes, maybe. I don't remember you guys
Well,
fighting anytime
literally, the last episode ended with we were just hanging out with these people
Yeah.
and like eating and drinking.
I don't
So
even-
Does that not count as rest?
soon. I'm wondering when the last time you guys fought was. Like, did you use a
Well,
spell slot or something? Or
I have like spell slots and only 5 current hit points, and that doesn't seem right.
yeah, that's
I mean,
not
I
right.
have 33 out of my 37 hit points.
Well, we might as well call
Yeah,
it a
go
long rest.
heal yourself up to full, because I don't remember you guys having a conflict of any kind.
Okay.
You might have used a spell slot for something, but I don't remember. So, healing
I
is
can
good.
reset it.
But you rolled a 20 on that dexterity saving throw. That's great. Do you happen to have evasion yet on your class features? Do, do, do.
I don't think so.
Expertise, sneak attack, thieves can't, rogue archer.
Guys, I really can't wait
Nope.
till I have time to play with the
Okay,
the
so you
stream
do
deck.
take half damage, which is fine. It's just a nuisance amount of damage. As your foot dives beneath the water,
Hey tries to catch him.
oh gosh, you get 2 points of slashing damage as the kelp just eats your leg because it's glassy seaweed. And just falling into it, you feel some of the splinters insert and just cut you up a little bit.
Why does it keeps telling me my face is not?
And
perfect?
as you splash,
Okay, I'm like off the screen.
you create a fair amount of noise, and you draw the attention of something that was lurking in the water. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go again.
2.
You need like a cloth
Why
or
don't
something.
you, Caleb? Why don't you give her the bottom of your box? Isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
felt
the-
on both sides.
There you go.
Thank you.
4.
Don't forget to add your
Apparently,
dexterity modifier.
I am faint
I
and
got
echoing
5.
a bit.
9 and
Yeah, that's what Kim said. Technically I got a 13, but I just realized that like this thing I put it on to deaden the sound is tilting it weird. Can I re-roll that? Because I don't think it was a fair roll.
sure. And yours was 2 with the dexterity
It was
modifier?
save,
5
so
with my
13.
dexterity.
5, 13, and I got that. They still have surprise because you guys are oblivious to the universe. And coming from out of the water comes these thick carpused humanoids. They have these shrimp-like heads with the eye stalks coming out. They have crayfish antennae that stick out and go behind them. They have mandibles that are just kind of sticking out underneath their chin. What do you want from me?
It's like, it's distracting. It looks hard. Fix your wire.
How do I fix this?
John, can you help him?
Just no.
No,
Just
just let it be
no.
painful.
Yeah.
There's no
You
way
should
of...
have brought your hat.
So, out of the water comes these prawn folk. It's clearly what these people were talking about. They come out with these forearms. They have... they must be larger than what you see, since they're only coming out to about waist height. And they kind of look at you real fast, and then they throw a spear at you.
At which one of us?
There's 4 of them, so 1 on each of you.
Does that include Hey Hey?
Yes.
Oh.
It's going to be hard to hit a pixie with a spear. Just putting it out there.
14?
For me?
Yes.
Miss.
Okay. Not against Hey Hey. This is why what's your armor class again? Thistle?
Sorry,
I think we're all the same.
we're all the same 15.
Oh. And you're also 15 then. So both of those hit. As
Missed a chicken and a half orc, but hit a pixie.
How? How did they hit a pixie with a spear?
you were closer to the water. You were flying kind of a little bit ahead because
I don't
John
believe any of
is
that.
too
Call
slow.
BS.
Well, no, he said the bugs like kind of were the same size as you and everything, so maybe they like have practice hitting bugs, but not chickens.
Why would you?
Oh, that's
hit
true.
bugs
That would make
with
sense.
Spears?
I
None of
mean,
this
these are
makes any
prawns.
sense.
They don't have to make sense.
True. All fair.
And they have a thing against blue-skinned elf-like creatures, so...
Can you type in your
Do, do, do.
email? It's your CCP one.
Must
He's
be
also
sure
going to have to do the two-step authentication for it.
Ah, never mind then. It's just I wanted to be able to like edit the document, so like I can't change my hit points right now because I always do that in Adobe. Like I just open it in Adobe Acrobat and
You should
change
get
it
good notes. That's what I use. Look at how nice it is.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Adobe's great, and we already have it, and I use it every day, so I'm very familiar.
All right.
Thistle took 7 damage.
Okay.
Grigor took 8 damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to.
No worries.
Kim asked you to say something, John.
Hello.
I might have to go over and fiddle with some knobs.
How
Oh,
much damage did I take? 8?
8. And the harpoons are stuck to you. You see this line of this kelp rope going back into the water. And seeing how successful all that was, the biggest prawn in the back with all these kind of paintings on it in these hydrophobic paints, he kind of just nods at the success of his 2 soldiers and dips down beneath, and one of the soldiers follows him. And so there's 2 prawn there just beginning to reel in these 2 into the water.
I assume.
And now we go back to the top of initiative. Thistle.
Yes.
I thought you got a low score.
I got the
Oh.
lowest score.
Yeah. I got a 13.
Not 15?
No, she
She
had
got a
a.
5.
No, I had a 5.
Oh. Okay. 13.
All right, so I'm gonna take my turn and then I'm gonna
Fix.
fix some knobs. I kind of look at Hey Hey and he looks back at me and we nod at each other. And Hey Hey is going to charge the one that has Thistle, and
Okay.
I am going to shoot my bow at the one that has Grigor.
Cool. Go ahead.
So is Hey Hey 20 feet away?
Yes.
So he rolled a 16 and he has a +3, so that's 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
All right. And he does 1d8 plus 4, and then he also gets an additional d6 because he's charging, and they have to make a dex save to
Okay.
not be knocked prone.
For the record, how does
Success.
it feel that I knew the password but not the email? I just need the email address. I'm in.
Awesome. Good.
12 points of damage from Hey Hey to him.
Okay.
Is he prone?
No.
No.
It's also really hard to knock a aquatic creature prone who's in water.
That's
So-
fair.
I'm just saying, it's his
Yeah, no,
thing
I
is that
understand.
He gets to knock people prone.
But you did 12
And it's
damage.
slashing damage if that matters.
It
Oh, it's a
doesn't
strength saving throw, not a dex saving throw.
doesn't matter.
And then for the bow, +8, so a 19 to hit,
Also hits.
and 10 damage.
Great. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw for Hey Hey?
8.
Okay.
It's really upsetting that we never try and come in peace, and like we legitimately just wanted to talk to these guys, and they started trying to kill us.
Yep. See, that's why it's better off just to kill.
Yep. So Hey takes 3 points of damage as he goes flying into the weeds, as it were, and gets cut up by some of the seaweed.
How much?
3. It's fine. We'll tell you in a bit. After you, it is the prawn's turn.
Caleb's 4. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to turn my gain up.
You're 2. Makes 3.
Since it's back to the prawn's turn, can both of you give me a strength saving throw? Oh gosh.
19.
15 plus 4 for strength, so 19.
Yeah, both of you are fine. They intend to rip you into the fibrous seaweed and drag you underneath the water, but neither of you want to do that. And so you guys are currently on the shoreline avoiding that fate.
So the spear that they stabbed us with, is it still near me? Because I had every intention of turning that into a weapon.
You can totally do that.
Okay.
It is going through a wing, and so you have like seaweed going through you a bit, but that's fine.
Okay.
And then after their turn, because that's all that they're trying to do, they like the distance. Grigor,
How far am I away from them?
you are presently 30 feet away.
Okay. So I'm going to take a shot at one of these bad boys with my bow.
Go for it.
How fun, that is exactly my flying speed.
It did not go as I had intended. 9 total.
No.
Yeah.
Apparently trying to draw a bow while you have a harpoon going through your armor, it's a little difficult.
Yeah.
What do you do? Or do you want to do anything else? Anything else you want to do?
Can I try to pull the thing out? Is that going to...
you're
You
gonna
can
bleed to
certainly
death.
try.
Yeah? All right, I'll just wait. I'll
Okay.
wait. Yeah.
I'm going to immediately go into a rage because I've been shot with a harpoon.
That's fair.
I'm then going to hold this part steady and rip off part of it so that I'm not going to begin gushing blood, but have a sharp thing in my hand now.
Give me a strength check.
I got an 18.
Yeah,
Plus-
you
okay.
snap it. So you just, and given how it's pierced both of you, you can remove it with a possible strength check. It's not going through his sternum. It's going through like
I
his
just wanted
armor.
to make sure we weren't going to like bleed out.
Yeah.
The first thing they tell you is don't actually remove the knife if you get stabbed. Go to
That's
the
fair.
hospital.
But yeah, you can easily break it. You have the harpoon now.
Okay, so then I'm going to take my part of, so if that's the case, if I could pull it out, I have snapped the harpoon in half, so I have a sharp piece in both hands, And since I am 30 feet away, which is my flying speed, I'm going to go for this guy's neck as hard as I can.
All right. You're a crazy person. Okay, this turn you broke it. You get all the items. You only get one attack per turn right now. What level are you guys? You're 4, right?
Yep.
Next level, you'll be able to do the multi-attack
Okay.
crazy
Can we
thing.
at least say that I stared him down as I ripped it out and broke it in half, and then I just went,
Absolutely.
just so they know it's coming.
Did you also want to fly a little bit closer and above him?
Yes.
Okay, you can definitely
So
do
is he
that.
Intimidated?
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check. Let's see how intimidating you are.
16. What do I get to add to it?
Let's add strength. You do
That
have
would be a
disadvantage.
20.
Okay, a 20. Go ahead and roll again, though, and take the lower number. PC is alien.
Well, that's a 4 plus 4, so that'd be 8. But I am raging. Does any of this? Do I get to add anything extra?
That's the
raging?
advantage. Oh, no, that would counteract the disadvantage. So, yeah,
20
you're
then.
you're pretty darn scary. You
Especially 'cause he
rip
thought
that
I
out.
was a bug.
Yeah. He's like, oh, they're training these insects a lot better than I remember them being. So it's mildly disturbed. Then after you, it goes back up to our favorite little chicken person.
They don't get to attack?
They try to pull them in.
Oh.
He's still attached
Sorry,
to a cable.
I was sound checking.
You're fine.
That's fine. So don't forget, Hey Hey takes 3 damage.
Oh, right. Hey, has 3 damage. All right. I am.
I love how our walls coming together over there.
I need something over here. I'm just staring at white walls.
You're supposed to stare at my beautiful face, Meg.
You're diagonal. I'm staring at John's beautiful face.
All right, we'll stare at John's beautiful face then.
That's fair.
Next up, we're gonna all start doing stage makeup to really.
We're actually going to look like our characters.
None of us know
I
how
don't
to
want to
do
get
makeup
accused
well
of
enough.
yellow face.
At least I don't know. Maybe
Well,
Meg
it's
knows how.
cheese, so just get cheese and just cake that on.
Anyway, back to my turn. I'm going to cast Entangling Snare, and Hey is going to attack again.
All right. What does Entangling Snare do?
I'll tell you as soon as my thing opens. Or Ensnaring Strike. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, that's a bonus action, too. Okay, apparently Hey's not going this turn. So,
You cast a spell, I imagine.
I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike on the one holding Grigor.
Okay.
The next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends. A large or larger creature has advantage on the saving throw. If the target succeeds on the save, the vines shrivel away. While restrained by the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start. Actually, knowing that Hey wasn't able to knock him over, I'm going to do Hunter's Mark instead.
Okay. And you know that they are large.
Well, I guess Hunter's Mark is better.
Yeah.
So I get to deal an extra 1d6 damage. So I look at the one holding Grigor, and I say, I hope you're ready for the jambalaya pot.
Wow.
As it kind of gurgles at you.
That is a... Math is hard. 22 to hit?
Yeah.
And I also have any perception or survival. I have advantage on any perception or survival checks against him.
Oh, good.
So I did 16 points of damage.
That hurt. He is bloodied as this arrow just goes through his carapace, not like nicely through one of the joints.
So confused.
What's going wrong?
What's happening over there?
Yeah, but like one, yeah. Okay, whatever. The chat's being weird. It's fine. It's fine.
So you shot it. It's very upset. And it's bloodied, you're pretty sure. as some of its bluish blood comes seeping outward. So after that, it is their turn. The one that is scared of you now, Thistle,
Yes.
goes underwater for a second.
That's fine. I know how to swim, buddy.
And after being underwater for a hot second, comes up closer to Senpai and will attempt to claw at you with its two lower arms.
By the way, you're making the rest of us look bad. You're the only one who apparently is crystal clear, and the rest of us are all still soft.
Hello.
I will talk louder.
I will talk louder.
We need to enunciate. Or
No, Tabanya.
Red
project.
leather.
Dizzy is going to come after us, John, before anyone else does. Wait, what did he roll to hit?
18 plus 6 and 14 plus 6, so I didn't bother asking.
And they're both aiming at me?
No, this is the attacks from one person. So out of the water comes one that was scared of the bug, comes out, it looks over its shoulder with one eye stalk quickly, brings him back down on you, and the two lower arms reach down and attempt to rip into you, dealing 16 points of damage. So after that,
Jesus.
I'm going to rip this guy's head off.
the one on Grigor will continue to try and drag you into the dark.
Nope, not
Go
happening.
ahead and give me a strength saving throw again.
That's not the best throw. 9. My strength saving throw. I used the saving throw number, right?
Yep.
10.
That's not good.
Nope, it's not.
So, you two get to see Gregor pulled 20 feet into this lake, and he is
Chop this bitch's head off.
Yeah.
going into the water. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
11.
11. All right, you take 1 damage,
Take that.
Is he underwater?
and give me a constitution saving throw.
18.
Oh, that's good.
Alright.
What's your constitution modifier?
It is 2.
2. Great. You have 2 minutes of breath as you get pulled under the surface.
All right.
Yep. So after their
It's around
turn,
to 6 seconds.
and you have dark vision. You're an elf. Give me a perception check.
What do I add for perception?
It's wisdom.
11.
11. The kelp and bubbles and being dragged under, it's hard to get a good line of sight in the kelp forest.
Son of a monkey.
So after their turn, it's your turn.
All right. Can I attack from underwater?
Oh yeah, he dragged you towards it. He intends to
Okay.
keep you underwater, but yeah, you can attack if you want. You pull out your rapier, I imagine, and try to
Yeah.
poke it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I don't like the way Caleb's happy about this.
Far too excited.
So I rolled a 9.
9 does not
Yeah,
hit.
didn't think so.
Yep.
Shrimp bitch.
All right, you have a little bit less air. After your turn, Thistle. You see Grigor get.
Yes. So I was already in the air and I was already headed towards them. So I am just going to bomb dive directly into the water and grab him. And if I can, while grabbing him with one hand, stab the other one. But if not, my main focus is to rescue my friend. And I assume I am strong enough to pull him up with the fact that I can like break chains and whatnot.
I'll make it the exact same like harpoon check. So if you can break it, oppose the check against the prawn, then you're able to pull him out. So let's do. Given how strong that these creatures are, you're pretty sure they only have enough time to either pull him out of the water or attack, but
I'm
not
just
both.
gonna pull him out.
Okay. Give me a strength check. You are raging, so go ahead and have advantage.
So 17 plus. So is it just the 4 for my strength, or like the 6 that we would normally add when I'm
I would
fighting?
allow the athletics.
Okay.
So
So that would be +6, so 23, right?
that is enough. These prawn are huge, and so it gives you a ton of resistance. You nearly could not pull him out. But you rip him off the harpoon.
What's going on over there?
You don't need to worry about it. I got it.
Hello, chat. I assume that's who you're interacting with.
Yeah, they're just, the mics seem off. And so
We're
we
fiddling.
got set up this morning. We didn't have time to do a real sound check. This is what it is. So I will jump up and bump up the gain again.
It's a work in progress show.
Well, I can. Is this better? I mean, I can talk more directly into it. I feel like I'm on an angle.
Now, do you want to try and pull him up vertically out of the water, or did you want to drag him back to the shore?
I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna fly straight up so that he's not in this guy's reach, and then fly us back to shore.
All right. Can you give me just one more strength athletics check? Again, with advantage because you're a crazy person.
22.
All right. In order to justify this, I imagine you kind of dove in, became like a scuba pack on his back, and now he looks like he has tiny little pixie wings on his back. They're just buzzing a million miles per hour.
So funny. The way it happened in my head was that I just like ripped him off and then was just holding him by like one finger as he flew back, and he's just like dangling, like looking up at me.
It's really funny as you put that out. It was just the face of your watch in our camera.
Dingle, dingle, dingle. But yes, he is now out of the water and doesn't have a harpoon dragging him into the abyss. After that, Senpai.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
What do you do?
I am angry.
Okay. You have a person right in front of your face.
And Hey is angry. Very
Yeah.
angry at the person who attacked me. So am I at disadvantage if I use my bow on this guy?
Yeah. That's how that works.
I guess I'm going to
On
use-
your spell, is it a concentration spell?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, because you might still have that spell available. Like you cast a spell, and the next time you hit with the spell goes off, so you didn't
This
waste
is
it.
Hunter's Mark.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Do I need to make sure I'm still holding concentration for it to continue?
Yes, because I smacked you in the face.
All right. Well, I rolled an 18, but I have no
Yeah,
idea.
you're fine. That's good.
Okay. So, Hey is going to
Close
come
the
back
distance.
and charge him.
Okay, give me another dexterity saving throw for Hey. Doesn't matter. It's 1 damage.
So he takes 1.
Yep. Hey does not like swimming through this water.
Is Hey 20 feet away from us?
Not anymore. He's closed in the distance to you, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, as he's coming back, is he charging?
Yes.
Well, he rolled a 1.
It's going to be one of those sessions.
So, what now that he rolled the 1?
Well, he's done. Do you do anything?
I didn't know if since it was a critical fail.
Nah. Not in this instance. I can't think of anything fun.
You go back. You can lock it up.
All right, and I'm going to, with the hand that I usually use to like draw back, since I can't use my bow, I draw my dagger and slash at his throat.
That works. Go for it.
You gotta push down the other one, right?
Nat 20.
Okay. Roll 2d4 and add your dexterity modifier plus your hunter's mark damage.
I don't get to double the hunter's mark.
Oh, yes. You double all the dice.
If they are having trouble hearing you talking regular.
Everybody, look at this shirt Caleb made.
We are all
Oh.
wearing Dungeon
Yes.
Hunter shirts today.
Please support the show.
Buy a goddamn t-shirt. Sorry, I know.
You should really passionate about marketing.
I am. Yeah.
That's true.
I, for some reason, can't find a second D4 in my bag.
We'll do like Jesus. We'll give out some concessions for you if you buy a T-shirt. We'll say an extra prayer for you to get into heaven. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Catholic show.
I was just
John.
going to
Yeah.
We barter for heaven.
take our advice from the Catholic Church, obviously.
Yeah.
None of us take advice from the Catholic.
Nope. Fair.
I mean, to be fair, I was confirmed Catholic.
To be
Well,
fair.
he was almost a Catholic
Yeah,
priest.
it was
Yeah.
months away from being a priest.
And we're
Shockingly.
Caleb and I are closer to Catholic than not, but we're not Catholic.
Nope.
I mean, I would say that I am spiritual, but on the verge of atheist.
This is not
let's be real.
where we're going with D&D today.
You
If
never know,
anybody
maybe it
wants
is.
to have
Yeah, it
like
could
a
be
little
fun.
discussion about theology with us sometime, we're happy to do that, but that's not today.
We're happy to have a Jesus podcast if you'd like to join us.
Nice to see us. in spirit.
Can we call it
Yes.
Jays and Jesus? And get very high first.
So
How much damage did you do to
For
this
everyone.
thing?
We're ready though.
Why?
I did 10, 12, 15, I can't do math, 17
Okay.
total.
This one is also bloodied. You shot the one that was on Grigor. Then you were attacked by thistles, so you stabbed thistles. I assume you moved the hunter's mark. That's cool.
Oh, I think
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, after slashing into the carapace of this prawn folk, probably removed an antenna. Cool beans. It is their turn, and the prawn is very upset. It will attempt to... Ooh. It will attempt to bite you.
Me?
Yeah.
They like really don't like you for something.
16?
Because I'm the one hitting them.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna rip the guy's head off, but our friend was drowning.
So, as you slash at it and rip off its antenna, it kind of goes back and then it dislocates its lower jaw, producing this maw, and you can see the multiple appendages on the inside for chewing. And it bites down on you for 7 points of damage.
I have a question.
Yes.
So Hey is like right here.
Yes.
Did he do anything that would provoke an attack of opportunity from Hey?
No. Thank you for playing. Please try again.
I will always see if Hey can get an attack of opportunity.
With Hey right there, though, it will attempt to claw at Hey with one of its forearms. It will hit Hey, dealing a crap ton of 12 damage.
If you do that, you're gonna have a very unpleasant weekend.
21 minus
Every
12,
week.
is that 9?
Yep.
Way to project love. Da-da-da.
Way to project.
The hit points is like, this is your range of damage that you can deal now. Thank you. So after and the one that was in the water, he still has his harpoon. It is scared of both of you, though. It
I'm going to kill it.
wants Grigor back, though. So it will
Everyone
attempt to
wants Grigor back.
harpoon Grigor.
Yeah.
They've written songs about it.
Yep.
Gregor's just breaking hearts all over,
Yep.
especially of non-humans. You forgot your clicker
I forgot my clicker.
and your hat.
Yep.
I
Jeez.
forgot a lot.
She's
I am
not gonna let you live that down, dude.
not on the ball.
God, by the power of the Second Vatican Council, let's get this thing going.
Well, I rolled a natural one, so it threw its harpoon, the cable snaps, and the harpoon's now no longer in its ability. It is annoyed. So after their turn, Grigor, what do? You're currently being hoisted up by Thistle. If you were dropped and attacked the prawn folk now, you would have advantage because of the
Yes.
falling
So
nonsense.
if you drop me, I'm going to come right down with my thing,
Yes, sir.
my sword. like a Roman soldier in St. Peter's ear. We're gonna keep this going the whole
Did
thing.
you guys ever play Smash Brothers on GameCube?
Sure. Cool.
So Link at the time had this
The
like.
da-
That's awesome.
Yeah. You have advantage. So roll twice. Take the number that's not terrible.
Yeah, they're both terrible. Penis dice are going to the side. So I rolled a 5.
This is how you collect dice. I'm telling you guys.
10.
I might buy you both a
10.
set of these metal dice.
Nope.
They roll so fairly.
You are
So fairly.
adjacent to the prawn folk now.
Okay, well that's helpful.
I'm gonna leave
future.
it with wooden dice. I feel like Thistle needs wooden dice. They're just so pricey.
Wooden dice are expensive.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, but she, I mean, she's
Like Jesus
literally a little
Christ's
carpenter
chalice.
made strictly from the cross.
Yes, made from wood.
Blessed by.
You're just nailing these jokes.
The Ark of the Covenant.
So what do you do?
Now that I could get behind. I know
Jesus, Caleb.
it's pretty sad, but I know way more about the Salem witch trials and different covens than I do
That's all right. Yeah,
any other religion.
it's quite all right.
Trials?
I mean, it's
Right.
random, but I mean, I did go to college.
I
and
know,
Yeah, you
but
went
like-
to school there.
That's not really a.
That makes sense.
No, she's saying she knows more about that than she does about religion.
I mean,
He said coven, and I was like, now that I would know more about, like, anything witchcraft.
So what does our angry barbarian pixie do?
Oh, I mean, I head down into the water, too. At this point, I've got two, like,
Yeah, you had all the pointy
a
stabby
lot of
bits.
pent-up rage, and we established earlier when I jumped off the ship that I'm a good swimmer, so
Mhm.
I'm going for it, and my goal is to find the guy who pretty much almost killed Senpai and take one into each side of his neck.
Nice.
Oh, so you're okay. There's two. There's one that is killing Senpai, and there's one that's about to kill Grigor. But Grigor wanted to be dropped.
Which one do I have a better chance of hitting?
The one that's out of the water. The one that's attacking
Yeah,
Senpai.
I'm going to go for that, and I want one in each side of the guy's neck.
Go for it. Make me an attack roll with advantage.
There's a Frankenstein joke there.
I rolled a 12 both times,
Okay.
and then I get to add my 6 to it, right?
Yep. And so you
So-
definitely hit.
That would become 18, and since I'm, because of my thing,
Improvised weapon.
I am proficient in all of them, so I get a bonus action and enter a rage up to 1 minute. Oh wait, no, that's the rage. Gain advantage on saving throws.
I believe I gave you it's a D10 for improvised.
Yeah, it was 1d10 plus strength modifier.
Okay. Roll that.
Oh, the Tavern Brawler is the proficient. That's the d4 of damage. Bonus action to grapple the target.
Oh. All right. So, do you want to grapple the prawn?
I want to pry his head off.
All right.
The two things.
Go ahead and roll the D10, and then we'll give you the bonus action to grapple.
Your mom wants to know how well pixie wings work underwater. The D10 is the one that looks like it's
This guy?
Nope.
In the which
They're
one?
barbarian pixie wings.
looks like
It's like a
this.
Thought it was a
paddle.
diamond. Is
No,
this
it's like got spookies on it.
one? This guy? What?
D10.
What? This one? What am I looking at here? There you go. Okay. 4.
Okay. Plus your strength modifier.
So 8.
8 damage. It's not looking great. Now give me a strength athletics check with advantage versus the prawn.
No, I know we'll do it. I knew it.
15.
15?
What?
You
Book club. It's fine. I knew it. We had.
I have so
stuff we
many
had to
thoughts on
become.
this book.
It's good. All
I
right.
can't wait till the day we get to where Stephen King can write a woman.
You know, someday.
Just one.
not yet.
You get another.
We're acting like the young children of Fatima. Let's bring this back together.
Sorry.
Lose
Click.
focus.
So, how do you grapple the prawn person?
I have no idea.
Well, what
I
would
feel
you
like
grab
she-
onto? It's a
Like,
giant.
Coming in like this.
Does she
is-
stab two?
Oh, so you're just holding on to the thing that you stabbed into him?
I guess I have one on each side of his neck, and my goal was to make them touch in the form of decapitating him. I just wanted to go in and through.
To be fair, this thing doesn't really have a neck. It has this massive, crustacean band, and its eye stalks are a little bit more loosey-goosey, so it can look around. But its head is kind of just fixed.
So through his head, I put one
Okay.
on each side of his head.
Got it. He's grappled though, and you are attached to him. And given how you're like pulling back on him, all of his little tiny legs don't have good traction to move.
Nice. Break off his legs.
I like it.
Hey, he's
It's dying very
break
soon.
Off all the legs.
So after your violent turn,
Like a
Be
shrimp.
paralyzed like
Right back.
Jesus' third miracle of allowing the paralyzed man to walk.
Right before you dip a shrimp in cocktail sauce, I'm talking to you. This is Thistle talking to Senpai. Right before we dip the shrimp in the cocktail sauce, just like how you would rip off all his legs. Rip them off! I'm on him right now with two things inside of his head. Rip them all off!
Hey would like to go.
okay,
His
give
belly.
give me a hey belly attack.
Hey, misses. It's just like I rolled a 6 altogether, so I'm assuming his claws like
Just tickled his belly.
scraped over the exoskeleton.
Yeah, it's not a good angle.
And I'm going to use my dagger again
Sure.
to, like,
Cut into its
Right
belly
into-
area.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Make
Would
your
you like
attack.
to go right into the area below his chest plate where the Roman soldiers poked Jesus while he was on the cross?
Look, you made me roll a 2, John.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm learning so
Which is an 8 total.
Okay. No. You're apparently too distraught about.
dying.
I don't know.
I mean, he's dying.
You've been smacked around
Yeah,
quite a
actually,
bit.
I meant to heal myself this turn, and I forgot.
It's fine. So after your turn, it's their turn. The prawn will reach up and attempt to rip the pixie off. So it will claw at you. It will not. Oh, one claw will hit.
I'm going to bite his eye socket off.
You do that, you violent little creature. 5 plus 4 is 9. You're raging, so you take 4 damage.
I'm at 33.
So, after that prawn's turn, the other prawn that's in the water will attempt to grapple you underwater.
Eat him.
Give me a strength athletics check, please.
17.
You are too spry and stay out of its grasp.
Okay.
It really wants to grab onto you, though, so we'll try one last time.
One last time.
Give me one more check.
Depending on
I will drown you.
18.
I will try. You dodge both of its massive claws, and you can see that it was preparing to just jet backwards into the water for 20 more feet. So, way to avoid drowning.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And after their turn, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to. I'm still close enough to use my.
Easily,
rapier,
yep.
So I'm going to do that.
Senpai, do you have any firepower
And I rolled a
or
15.
spells?
That's good enough.
Use a spell time.
Any kind of thing? I'm
All right.
guessing that
It's
if
not
they
sneak
live in
attack
water,
damage,
they're
though,
not gonna
because
fire.
your other
Barbecue
comrade
these
abandoned
two
you.
Jews.
So what am I? 1d8 plus my.
Dex. Yep.
Let's turn him into some tempura
8
shrimp.
damage.
Fire that guy. They live in water. They're not gonna like it. Let's
I
burn 'em
have
up.
a fire arrow.
Let's cook them.
Cook some
Tempura shrimp.
shrimp.
Both of these guys are pretty hurt.
This is what I'm yelling to you. Cook him. Is it my turn?
It is.
So while I have these two things in the side of his head, I'm going to use one to pull it closer. And you said he has eyes that stick up, and I'm going to bite off one of the eye
Yeah.
sockets
Love it.
while still holding this in.
It's awesome.
I'm using it as like a steering wheel.
Give me an attack roll.
It's awesome.
Not very high. 5 plus my 6, so 11.
Yeah, that's not good enough. It sees your mouth getting closer and just goes away like, no!
I hissed at it.
It's very upset.
Spit in his eye.
I was like,
It's a crustacean. The spit just hits it. It just goes slides down.
But it's the thought that counts.
yeah.
That's right.
All right.
It's just so he knows I mean business.
So
Can I
af-
try one more time? He got to try another time.
He has 2 attacks. You
I
don't.
have a bonus attack, don't I?
You're grappling it already.
Fine. Well, whatever.
You can grapple it some more.
Yeah. I try and dig it farther in. I mean, how long can he survive with 2 pieces of wood sticking out of his head?
Very long. Lots of things get.
He's got a tiny little brain.
tiny little brain, giant, thick exoskeleton. He's
Set
fine.
this guy on fire.
Speaking of the person, what do you do? Senpai.
One more time.
Answering chat. Because I was doing that, and that's what I do. All right, so Hey-Hey's gonna seeing what Thistle did. Hey-Hey wants to flap up and peck at the other eye.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Hey-Hey misses again. You are in a timeout. And I'm just gonna continue to try to
Scrape it
stab at
apart.
him. Did you heal yourself? Oh no. Thank you. I'm going to heal myself.
How dare you be helpful?
I imagine at this point, and just to enlighten you on what's happening in my brain, is I'm seeing this giant shrimp guy with this on it and just yelling to Senpai, heal yourself! Fire him! Burn this bitch! That's what's happening.
I never wrote down. It's the same as it's a 1d4 plus my
It's 1d8
1d8
plus
my
wisdom modifier.
wisdom modifier for using the
Healing.
kit.
Yep. Oh, healing kit. I believe it's a d6.
Okay. I need to write it down.
Doop doop doo.
I know I can only use it once until a long rest for each person.
Healer. Yeah, 1d6 plus 4 hit points. So it's not even plus wisdom, it's plus 4.
Well, that's better than my wisdom score, so.
So you pull out your medical kit and you just start slapping bandages all over you.
Come on.
So you heal 5?
Yes.
It's better than nothing.
I
Maybe you
blame
didn't have
this-
quite enough faith to be healed.
I blame this thing that I'm rolling on. I think it's throwing off my groove.
You can't throw off the Emperor's Groove.
I like it.
So, after you, it's the prawn's turn. The prawn is very angry with the person that tried to bite off its eye, and will again try to claw at you. Dang gummit!
Don't worry.
12? No, you have 15. Nope, it doesn't do jack. You will attempt to rip you a new one. 17 will hit. 20 something will also hit.
Yep.
You didn't need consciousness. 5 plus 4, 9 damage,
Oh boy.
plus 6, so a total of 15.
I'm in trouble.
As this prawn person just starts cutting you apart. Both of you on the surface see this small pool of blood that's kind of rising up
Yeah.
out of the water.
All right, I'm going to go get him.
Gregor, it's your turn though.
I'm gonna rapier one of them.
Go for it.
Forgot to add 7 and 5.
17.
Will hit.
5.
Okay.
You stab it.
Stabbies. 8, and then what was it? The plus my dex modifier.
Mm-hmm.
13 damage.
All right. You're like, no, and pierce it through the top of its mouth cavity into its brain, and you just see the eyes just kind of start floating in space,
Scampy bitch.
and it just loses
Sorry.
all of its muscular control.
F me. The F bomb makes it R.
That doesn't feel
PG-13.
right.
Yeah. I mean, you could say the P word on the radio.
I mean, it's 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch is definitely PG-13. I'm just keep saying it.
So what do you do? Do you move at all, or are you comfortable?
So you're no longer dying, right? You killed the guy.
Well, I'm still. I mean, I have 5 hit
I mean, I
points. so,
can't
I mean,
heal you, but
No, you're
the
fine.
guy's
Good,
died,
yeah,
right?
we got one of them out of the way, so let's continue to.
Do you move anywhere, or are you just happy just
Can I
floating?
just try to parry back a little bit.
Sure. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
13.
13.
Being able to
You move fairly slowly through the seaweed at about half speed, so next turn you'll be able to get back to the shoreline. But you move slowly enough that you don't cause yourself damage. So as long as you move slowly, you're fine.
All right. We'll have the TV soon.
If you try to rush it like the chicken does, you die.
Okay.
What do you do?
So since these things are sticking in his brain and not really doing much, I assumed that I would just kind of like leave them in his head at first, and I'm going to attempt to just rip off his eye sockets.
Okay. So you let go and then go after the eye stalk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
16.
Yep. Roll damage.
Is that the D10?
Yep.
9.
Add your strength modifier, please.
15.
Okay. So I imagine you rip at these eye stalks and you feel it give a lot more than you were expecting to, as you feel the ocular nerve also pull out, followed by what little brains it did have.
Nice.
And its gore and viscera fly outward onto
That would be
Senpai,
a great picture of Thistle just holding it with the brain dangling on.
and it collapses.
Nice. We should eat
I
these
just kind of
guys.
stand there like,
Suck the head out.
It's gross.
Awesome.
dinner is served.
I just poked the brain a little.
Does it twitch?
No, she ripped out a lot of the nervous system.
Guys, I made 3 towers.
I'm very proud of you. So, you guys are currently on the shoreline of this kelp lake. And you know that 2 of the prawn left already. They expected these 2 to be competent. And you guys are currently not looking great.
We should cook these guys and eat them.
Is there like solid enough ground that we could take at least a short rest?
You can certainly try, yeah.
I have 33 hit points. I can stand guard while you guys rest.
I'm going to use a healing kit on Grigor though.
Okay. Let him know how much hit points he recovers.
I'm going to take down my tower.
You could use the blood dice.
5 or 6.
6.
Okay.
It's all right. It helps. I have 11 hit points now. And then we're going to do a short rest.
Yep. So you can burn some hit die to recover some of those. You can do it as well during the rest.
Okay.
But since you are the one keeping watch, can you give me a perception check?
What are Hei's hit die?
What's that?
What's Hei's hit die?
Roll a d8. What was that?
19.
19.
I am
Okay.
very vigilant right now.
So you roll a d8 for hit points for a short rest.
Yes.
We rolled D10s, I thought. I think you and I did.
He's a rogue. Rogues, I believe, are d8.
What do I roll? You said I could do it too?
Yes. You roll d12 as a
And
barbarian.
how many can I roll up to?
4. Do, do, do.
I got my D20. I know that this one is, where did it go? This is now my D. I don't know why. I got so used to having on D&D Beyond. I don't know why this is something I cannot remember in my brain. It's not that hard, but it will not stick in my brain for D&D dice.
Which one are you looking at? The d12?
I'm just gonna pull
This
it up
one.
so I don't have to ask anymore. I don't like asking for help.
You know, you could just roll it on I was going to say, if you're on D&D Beyond, you just pick the dice and roll.
That's what I was doing for a long time
Yeah.
while we were home. Okay. All right, so
That one.
this is my
D12.
12.
Okay, you're back at full health. No problem. All right. While you're keeping watch, there's not much going on. You 2 are just sitting there relaxing, making prawn food.
Yeah.
Random encounters is what's on the menu. So as you're enjoying this nice cocktail, you are keeping an eye out. You elevate yourself by flying up a little bit and just gaze around the various flora and fauna. And there's several different pools in this almost swampy area. You do see further east, there's definitely much more swampland with giant pools of water. And in that general direction, you do see what looks to be a small swarm of insects that just kind of roll among itself. You're concerned about it, so you fly a little bit closer to gaze upon it, and you see this fetid pool. It looks like this is something's trash heap. You see a whole bunch of dead things in it. You're not close enough to just go through it, but you recognize bones, sinew, and other things. And you see a lot of these crystalline little bugs. They look like pill bugs, but are a little bit more rocky in structure. They're very pretty. They would probably make a nice little piece of jewelry. But you see them just eating on the disgusting meat and whatnot. And it's all in this pool of water that looks acrid and unpleasant.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to explore this gross heap, you can, but that's what you see.
I'm probably not going to explore it right now because I'm on watch. And I don't really want you guys to get eaten, but I will make a note of it and tell you about it once you're awake.
Well, I imagine you fly back and they've created these nice little prawn burgers.
Nice.
Let's see how well you make them. Go ahead and give me a wisdom survival check.
Ooh, wait, would this count as a jungle?
No.
Well, it just so happens that I am proficient in survival, so that would be a 18.
You make amazing prawn burgers. I'm very proud of you.
A nice mosquito dill sauce on them. It's delicious.
This is terrible.
I've really ground stuff up to make sure that it's not like none of the shattering.
You use some of the seaweed and like rounded it out, and then use that as like a binding component of the burger, so it stays together. And then like if there's some lily pads or something that you pull up, you could slice the roots, so it's almost like some onions and everything.
I use my dagger to like heat it over the fire gently, and then like sear both sides with my dagger.
John prays on it for the extra.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't think Grigor has any.
That was the last
celestial-
character.
Yeah.
So while
Jim called
enjoying,
you evil for tempting the pixie.
it's what I do. So while making these prawn burgers, you let them know what's going on about the fetid thing. While you're up there, you do see a massive, could be a willow tree that is in the center of this lake. And you can see that the kelp forest fills the entirety of this lake.
I would like to fly over to the tree.
That is
I asked
a distance.
I say that I would like to fly over to the tree for your input.
I mean, I'm game.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right, I hop on Kevin's back and have him fly me so that I don't get tired.
Okay. While it's a good distance away, so while you're on this half-hour excursion to the center of the lake, what do you two do?
I practice my my ocarina.
Okay. And what do you do?
I'm meditating.
But like, I would just like to clarify that I'm not like trying to be loud with it. I'm actually mostly practicing my fingering because I don't want to attract any more.
Yeah, sure.
It's stealth ocarina practice.
All right. And while you're meditating, go ahead and give me a perception check while you're doing that.
Perception is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So you make your way over this kelpy, nasty You're used to the surface of water and the ocean back in the eastern seas being nice, beautiful, pristine, and fairly flat at certain points. Yes, there are rolling waves, but it doesn't have a texture to it. With the kelp so matted here, it almost looks like the water itself is infected. Some of the kelp create these bubbles, and so it looks like that it has boils made of kelp at certain points. It's
Do I have
unkind.
any vials on me or any little bottles?
What do you have any toolkits on you?
My carpenter tools, martial weapons, and simple. Oh no, that's what I'm proficient in. So just my carpenter tools.
Yeah, I don't think that you would have a vial as part of that.
Could I carve a vial out of a little bit of wood?
Yes, but you're in the middle of a lake right now. You could have probably.
The tree. There's not like any twigs around.
Well, you
there.
can. You're in the middle of the lake. You're flying over the lake towards the tree.
Okay.
So you make your way over this boily, gross lake to this island. The
I'm
willow,
speaking to Kevin as we go.
Is that the tree?
as you flew, again, half hour to this tree, it is massive. It is clearly larger than any other trees nearby. It is a small island that's maybe 40 feet from one side to the other, but it's covered in all these reeds and spindly needle-like plants. There are several rock outcroppings on it with candles that are burning and that look like that they've burnt down and ones have replaced it, creating these massive wax cascades.
Could I carve a vial out of the wax?
Let me finish the description.
I'm sorry.
On the tree itself, you see that it's covered in runes of different languages, different tongues. There's thousands upon thousands of names on this tree. It's wrapped around it are folded kelp patterns to create like these intricate rope things, symbolizing that it's worshipped by something. I believe the Ganassi said that the prawn folk worship it. While you're here, give me a perception check.
7.
Cool. That's what you see. So what do you do?
I fly up into the branches and leaves and make sure that there's no creatures anywhere.
All right. As you're looking around, just
I'm trying to be very stealthy and quiet.
sure. Give me a stealth check.
13.
Okay. Oh yeah, that.
I have a feeling I'm going to get attacked. I should have brought you guys with me.
I feel like we probably would start heading over. I feel
How are you going to get there? You can't go in the water.
we can swim.
There's like boils and terrible things. You do not touch the water. Something bad is going to happen if you touch the water.
Just razor kelp. It's all good.
Is there a big log somewhere? Can I carpent, can I
I mean, we have
carve
two
a
options,
boat?
really. We have Moses can come.
I could carry
it
them
open
over,
for us.
couldn't I?
As you begin looking around the tree looking for trouble, and you're on the beach discreetly tooting a flute and stuff like that, go ahead and give me one more initiative roll.
Natural 20.
Oh,
20.
good.
Oh!
So with Dex, everyone.
Oh, 15.
24.
23.
Can I also make a perception check while I'm playing?
No.
But I feel like after a few minutes I would realize that the halfling had to be able to get over there somehow. So I would have looked around for a boat.
Okay, I'll give you that roll.
Dun, 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 dun.
23.
Okay. Because you were looking for a boat, I'll say that you're going to find something that'll be useful for that in a second. So, you find that 20. Now I have to roll twice because you guys are dealing with two different things.
It's right on in the center of my desk. There might be a cord plugged into it. You can just unplug that cord because it goes to nothing.
All right. Because you rolled so well, you're not surprised. Grigor is. As you're looking around for something that could be used as a boat, you do see a fair ways off a small shed with a looks like a boat next to it. You're pretty sure that the Ganassi did not just swim here regularly. They probably used
Ganassi.
Ganassi. Genie
Ganassi
folk. But yeah, this shed is the similar kind of construction as other Ganassis. It's that woven wicker kind of architecture.
Okay.
And so you recognize that. There's also a canoe cut out from one of the trees nearby.
I'm assuming I'm like going to turn to tell Grigor this when
When Grigor is meditating and you see some of the kelp wiggling its way onto the shore at him.
Oh boy.
So the kelp is the aggressor. You see, go ahead and
I'm sorry.
There's 3 viney clusters. One of them is longer than the other 2. Probably comes from a slightly deeper depth. The 2 younger ones, though, are faster and making their way up to Grigor. Let's say they are about 20 feet away from any particular creature or Grigor.
perfect. Do I get to go first?
Yeah.
I shout, Grigor, watch out. And then I'm going to draw my bow and shoot the one like closest to Grigor, and Hey is going to charge one of them.
Okay. The 2 fast ones, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
$11.
You obliterate the poor piece of kelp.
And Hey charges.
Okay.
14.
Also hits.
Since he's charging, he gets an extra d6.
Mm-hmm.
Seven.
Great.
Damage.
Hey cuts into the...
And it has to make a saving throw.
it dies.
Okay.
But as Hey cuts into this kelpy plant thing, it gets slightly torn up by the creature it's cutting into. Because it's also the glassy...
That's just his legs.
Yeah.
Aren't chicken legs like
He only took 1 point
armor?
of damage.
Aren't they like straight
It's
bones?
1 point of damage. And after you, it is my turn, part 1.
I had a 23.
You're
Where'd you roll?
right. Well, you're surprised. You don't move on the first action because your perception wasn't good enough.
Oh, okay.
Do. And the large vine creature, the only thing that's left, doesn't seem to care that the 2 little ones are dead. It will. You see it kind of just expand its like seaweed tendrils outward at you all and try to lash you guys down, becoming this living net. Go ahead and give me a strength saving throw.
Who?
Both of you.
Me and Hey?
You, Hey, and Grigor.
18.
So if I have proficiency in strength saving throws, that means I get to add the +2, right?
Correct.
So I rolled 17.
Of course.
And Hey gets my proficiency bonuses, right?
Yes.
Bonus equals your bonus. So 13 for Hey.
All right, everyone succeeds, so you avoid this net and snaring effect. And their turn is done. After them, it would be your turn, but you're also like, oh, there's a vine creature.
So my warning didn't do anything?
No, he was surprised. Sorry. He did not roll high enough on the perception.
Like
I
the
tried.
first apostles that went to see the open grave of Jesus
You're
Christ.
just really milking this.
Yeah. Really gonna milk this out the whole session.
So, you go ahead and give me I believe it's a dexterity saving throw.
Nobody's near me though. I'm at the tree. I'm a little confused. You said we're very far apart.
You're
why-
dealing with
so
something
do I
else
even know that
entirely.
that's happening? Like what's happening?
No,
when
you
I-
don't have a clue what's happening over there. And it's a strength saving throw.
18.
Oh, well, you're fine. As your
My strength would be 4. Plus 4 to that.
you begin climbing the tree, you don't need to climb. You fly through the tree looking for any possible threats. You, out of the corner of your eye, you see some of the willowy tendrils come up and try to latch onto you.
Okay.
But you easily avoid that.
Okay. Is it my turn to do something?
You were surprised this round, so you did not move this round, but you'll be able to move on the coming round.
That's what I wasn't
fancy
saying that this round started or if that was
Munjo is happening.
Gotcha.
So we're at the end of the round, so we're going back to the top.
I'm going to shoot the big one.
Okay, shoot the big one.
And I'm going to use... Yeah, no, I'm just going to shoot it. And then Hey's going to attack it. I roll a natural 20.
Well, that side of the table is going to be done with their encounter quick.
So that means I get 2d8, right?
Yep.
I didn't roll, excellent. So 13.
13 damage.
And then Hey is going to go over and... Gotcha!
Okay, go for it.
Except with his feet, not with his wings.
Okay.
I don't think he hit. 10.
Nope. He goes over.
He was kind of shy because he got hurt the last time he kicked one of them, so he was like trying to be super careful not to get scratched again.
That's
Hey.
That's
His foot's
adorable.
shaking.
Now it's your turn.
Caleb, you need to update the graphic to have a Hey one.
Oh yeah.
I'll get there.
I'm going to fly over to where you said all the candles are that I replaced, and I'm going to take some candles and burn this tree down.
All right. You make your way down there and get some of the candle stuff. What do you have to make a fire?
I thought the candles were lit. You said that they were
No, no,
replaced
no.
when they're burned down. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, well, hold on. Why were they replaced if they when they burned?
Yeah, there's currently candles there. They are not lit.
That's a fire hazard.
The way he described it made it sound like it was in a church, like they're just always going and how they're replaced when they're there.
I'm
You
sorry.
Still need $1.
I mean,
to
I-
put in a little pot.
So
and
what
make
would
your
you
votive
like to
table.
do then?
I'm guessing I would have, I don't know, I feel like in my carpentry thing, I'd be able to like make a fire. I can do that. Because if
All
you,
right.
like if I took my
Go ahead and give.
my wielding thing and my little hammer and like going like that with the metal, I feel like I'd be able to get a spark. Especially like if I took a little piece of like fabric or something from me, because I've got all the weird stuff hanging.
Sure.
off of me.
So the tree try to lash around you. So you fly out, you go down to the candle and try to light one of the candles on fire. Go ahead and give me either a nature or survival check in order to create enough spark to light a candle.
All right, I'm proficient in nature, so I'm gonna do that. 18.
Oh, yeah. You are annoyed at this tree, and so you're just like, cause some sparks, and it lights.
Nice.
So that will be your movement in action this turn.
Okay.
Okay. After you, we move on to Angry Vine Plant. The Angry Vine Plant will move up to... No, there's a chicken right in front of it.
There's no chicken.
These are not the chickens you're looking for.
Hey Hey has moved his wings over his eyes. Can't see me.
Ostrich theory on life.
It attacks the chicken.
Oh, poor Hey Hey.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay. It misses. As this massive mop of seaweed comes down at Hey Hey, Hey Hey just moves to the side. And there's a splat. You're a monster. You're the
I really
worst.
need you to draw me a picture of Hey Hey dabbing, please. Please.
What do you do?
Is there still something there for me to attack?
Yes, there's a tall seaweed monster.
Come on, I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
18.
18 will definitely hit. It fractures and there's little tiny needles that kind of pop out as you pierce into its seaweedness. How much damage? And with Hey Hey there, you get sneak attack damage.
Oh, I get sneak attack damage?
Yeah.
13 damage.
13 damage. That brings it up to that amount, which is great. And go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
13.
13. And give me a dexterity saving throw for Hey Hey. Hey Hey.
My girlfriend.
That was like 3 different references. That was the best.
10.
Okay, Hey Hey takes 3 more piercing damage as the vine collapses and explodes into this pile of needles, effectively.
Caleb woke up
Hey Hey
today and
just-
chose violence.
Yes.
He just puts his head down sadly.
Aw.
Came here for 2 things, to drink milk and kill a chicken.
All right,
And I'm just about
after-
done my milk.
Grigor's turn. Why? It is the other person's turn. Oh, and the pile of vines dies. Around you. Do.
Come at me, bitch. Let's go.
I have to figure out if it's an attack roll or a saving throw. Okay, it is an attack roll.
Oh, that's clever.
So as you light this candle and like, yes, I did it. There's this burst of flame that comes over your shoulder as you see this gnarled old prawn with like little looks like thorns growing out of its carapace. It's covered in the same kind of like weedy kind of braid work. And you just see him kind of summon flame in one of its claws. One of its 4 claws as it threw one out of the other one. And so now you see what's in the area.
So wait, did he throw the flame at me?
Yes, it went past your head. You missed.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I have advantage. You did not see him. Thank you. Oh, still not good enough. So, you see the angry prawn. Now you know that there's a creature on the island with you.
I would fly up into the tree so that he does not have a clear view of me.
Okay.
Keep him within the, knowing that the vines can come out. So I'm pretty much on high alert, ready to like dodge if they come after me. But I just want it to be so that he can't see me, and if he tries to hit me with one of the fire, he would set the tree on fire.
Now, last time you were in the tree, it tried to grab you.
I just said that. I said I'm ready to like dodge it if the
Okay.
tree tries to grab me. I'm aware. I'm aware.
Okay, as you re-enter the tree, go ahead and give me a strength saving throw again.
7.
That is not good enough. Are you raging right now?
I'm assuming that as soon as someone threw fire at
Okay.
reach.
So let's say that you did that, so you have advantage. So go ahead and roll.
15.
Okay. That is strong enough. So you're able to avoid the vines this round. But it is
Surprisingly
actively
That was
trying.
out of character for him. I don't know what just happened there.
All right.
I mean, I appreciate it, but
Sure. But the tree is actively trying to grab you right now.
I'm dancing.
And then after. So besides trying to avoid the plants, is there anything that you're trying to do right now?
No, but Kevin is with me. Remember, I rode him over there.
Sure.
So can I pick what Kevin does?
Sure. Kevin's not strong enough to do damage or anything like
No.
that, but
I just want him to fly. I tell him to get up and fly to them to try and signal that I am in danger. Because I wouldn't know that they're in danger, so I would assume
half hour away.
well, it's still I would want to do something.
Okay. So
Tell him
Kevin
to
flies
go
up and begin